Amigas y amigos de Metalópolis, ¿cómo están? Qué gusto me da el poder darles la bienvenida a una plática sumamente especial que estamos por tener con Dagur. Dagur es el vocalista, guitarrista y líder de la banda Misþyrming, explosivo acto de black metal creado en Islandia en 2013. Misþyrming estará visitando México por primera vez durante el próximo Candelabrum Metal Fest, poniendo en el escenario toda la energía musical que les ha estado ganando reconocimiento por diversos festivales europeos. Así que sin más, vamos para allá. Mr. Dagur, welcome to Metalopolis podcast. How are you?
Thank you. I'm fine. It's not been the most busy summer for Misþyrming, so the last few weeks have been pretty easy. We only had like 2 festivals in June, and now in July we have had no shows. So it's been nice to spend the energy on something else. But in 2 days we are going to Norway to start the festival run with Nergal. So I'm excited to get back on the road and start to rock again.
Yes. A little calm before the storm.
Yeah.
So before starting, one of the questions that most people have asked currently in Mexico is, how do you pronounce your band's name?
It's Misþyrming.
Misþyrming.
Misþyrming. The weird letter is the same as TH in English.
Okay, that's perfect. And if I am not mistaken, this name means abuse or mistreatment in Icelandic, right?
Yes, it means mis is the same as in English, like wrong, and þyrming means mercy, so it's like showing no mercy. It's a very violent word. It's only used in news when there's like a terrible assault or or something like that. Like it's like a very vicious and unforgiving act.
Okay, I think it's a great name with a meaning that connects really well with the music that you share. And Misþyrming was formed in Iceland in 2013. I'd like to start by asking, for those of us living outside of Iceland, the country sounds very remote, magical, even natural. How strong is the heavy metal scenes in your nation?
Well, like when I was a teenager, I don't think metal was very popular, but Metallica came here once, and at that time Rammstein came here once, and Iron Maiden, and that was about it. There was like touring bands, they cannot bring their bus to Iceland, like it has to be a fly-in show, so having big metal or just big touring bands come to Iceland is always more expensive and complicated, so going to metal shows was really rare, and I think it may have had some effect on how the community got into metal. So it was like you had to know the right people. Yeah, you have to hang out with the right people to find the right music. And fortunately, there was like a group around for example, around the black metal scene. That was like guys from Svartidauði and Carpe Noctem and more bands, and like there was like a chat board online where guys were sharing, but that was about it, I think. And then like everyone else was into commercial stuff.
Yes. And which bands have inspired you to create your own black metal band?
Those bands. I started listening to black metal when I was, I think, 16 or 17. A friend of mine who was listening, like we were friends through Metallica and stuff like that. And he was like, I just discovered something that's like way more extreme than Metallica and the stuff that we are normally listening to. And he showed me Behemoth.
Okay, perfect.
To be honest, I didn't like it immediately. It took me a little bit of time to figure out what was going on, because like it's a load of stuff happening, and like so much aggression. Like it really came to me as a surprise. But I was very interested, and I just started digging and reading about black metal online. Started reading about Mayhem and Burzum, and was really fascinated with it. So shortly after that, I was listening to Mayhem, became a fan immediately. I love Mayhem still today. Yeah, then just like going to metal archives,
Yes.
digging into stuff, and then socializing with other guys that were into this black metal thing. Like I formed a band, met some guys through that, and like started making shows, and like there is like a little bit of a community or a scene, and yeah, that's pretty much how it happened.
Yes, actually, I remember the first album that I listened from Behemoth that was Satanica. It was like a really, as you say, like what is that? Passing from Iron Maiden to Behemoth is like a really big step. It's like a lot of distortion and satanism and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, just really, it's an assault.
Yeah, and you guys have released three full-length albums, a split, and a live album to date. How have you noticed the evolution in Misþyrming sound in these releases?
It gets a little bit more refined with time, which doesn't mean for me that it's getting more polished or clean. It just like the actual idea how to create such a violent, epic sort of music is it's getting more focused every time. Like and there never was a lack of focus. It's just more on point, I guess.
Yes.
Like we like going to record an album today. We know what we're doing, how all the microphones function, and all the machines, and how to prepare for a recording. Like we not underestimating rehearsals, for example.
Yes.
And what instruments you choose to use, and pickups and strings, and it all gets more focused, and like it's something that just happens over time. You figure it out. You figure out what's your preference, and then of course the big challenge is to try to do something new all the time, not repeat yourself. Not repeat yourself totally. Like we have our own style and sound that's kind of sticks throughout time, but we always want to push the envelope and do something that's going to be a surprise for us and the audience.
Yes, actually, I believe that the song Orgia, I don't know if that is the right way to pronounce the name I don't know if it is an Icelandic word, Orgia, but it's like a surprising way to open the album. It's like, like what is that?
Yeah.
So, yeah. And just like Norway or Greece have their own particular mark in the sound of black metal that is created there, do you think Iceland already has a distinctive sound, or the bands from Iceland still in the process of exploring to find the mark that sets them apart from the rest of the world?
Well, the Icelandic black metal scene is not really such a collective that we are making this plan together. Of course, there is a lot of communication between us, but I think everybody has their own identity. Maybe the fact that we are communicating with each other means that we are many times listening to the same stuff. Unfortunately, these fucking telephone motherfuckers, they are really splitting up this thing that people aren't really sharing music as much today as they were before. Like you don't get a CD for a Christmas gift or birthday gift, like, or a vinyl, like maybe vinyl, I don't know, but like it was much more back in the day, and everything is customized, personalized for you. So you are in your own world with your music tastes, and unfortunately you can kind of get lost in that, your own fucking algorithm. But to make a long I'm starting to babble here. What I mean is that there is a lot of inspiration for the Icelandic bands, it comes from the same source. Like everybody loves, I don't know, Funeral Mist or Death Omega, or the good stuff.
Yes.
And then we also just like each other and we inspire each other. So that also shows how people can perceive some sort of similarities in the sound of the Icelandic bands. That's
Yes.
maybe for other people to judge. That's how I see it.
Yes. And speaking of the sound made in Iceland, Misþyrming will come to Mexico for the first time in September to perform at the Candelabrum Metal Fest. How do you feel about this opportunity?
I am very happy that we got booked for this show. It will be our second time in Latin America. We were in Chile 2 years ago, and that was really, really cool. A great opportunity for us to go so far away from our homes and to a new continent that we've never been to before. And I'm very much looking forward to come back to South America or Latin America and see Mexico. It's a legendary country and has a very, very rich history. And I really like the climate. I like a lot of things about Latin culture. I like how Latin people, just the Latin attitude in general, like it's more free-spirited, less stiff. Like people, it feels like people there are living in sunshine.
Yes.
So, and I know that the metalheads are crazy, so I'm very excited.
And from the videos I have seen, Misþyrming performance look full of energy. When you are on stage, how do you feel? Is there any kind of emotion that goes with you during the performance?
That's a good question. I never been asked this before, I think. First of all, it's a lot of adrenaline. The preparation for the show is it functions like a mantra. Like in the early days, it was just something that we had to do. Maybe put new strings in the guitar, which I do for almost every show today, and putting on some paint, getting into the gear and the warming up, and all of this. It really takes your focus away from everyday life, and really gradually you go from being a normal person that you are, get into the mode, and it's usually like a 2-hour process, all this warming up and changing outfits and all that. And then the climax is when we put on the blood and the intro starts. And it's the 4 minutes of like very heavy anticipation where the brain has to shut off and go into barbaric mode and like going to war. And that's when the adrenaline starts rushing in, and usually we always try to start the show with aggressive song, like we want to come in with a bang. So usually like 20 seconds into the show we are like
Giving all.
Yeah, like the heart rate is up, and it kind of stays there for the full show, and it is I have to remember to breathe and drink water during the show, and not finish all my energy before the show is halfway through, which I did many times in the past. But like I'm learning, and I cannot drink too much. Like maximum 2 beers over the day if I'm drinking at all. Like that has to happen. Like sometimes I might have had 3, and then I'm like, oh, Dagur, come on, that's not
Yes.
pro. So yeah, sometimes it's hard to catch the breath, but the drive of the music and the importance of delivering this music with as much ferocity as possible is the most important thing. It's paramount.
Yes, yes. And talking about this barbaric mode, we know that the vocals in a black metal bands are very demanding. Do you take any special care before performing live?
Just a little bit warm up, and not only vocal warm up, just the full body warm up is it gets the bloodstream flowing, because you are not only using just the vocal cords, you're using all of the lungs and the stomach. And when playing the guitar, it's also your hands and your shoulders. Like, everything has to be a little bit, warmed up.
Yes,
And I can feel it. Like, if I do a few push-ups, then my breath is much more activated. The pulse is activated also, and then the vocals are much less of an effort.
Okay, perfect. And before arriving at Candelabrum, you will be performing at other festivals in Europe. How do you feel about the growth of the band over these years? When you create Misþyrming, did you expect to become a band that will go out of the borders of Iceland?
I had a dream, but I would never have imagined all of the stuff that has happened, that it would actually happen. I still, like, I believed in my dream, so I did everything I could, and like all the guys in the band, we're doing our best. Yeah, I think like it's a mix of some luck and some hard work. Like I told you, Behemoth was my the first black metal band that I got into, and now I'm doing a show with him.
Yes.
So I think I wouldn't have believed it when I was a teenager.
Yes, like a crazy dream. A crazy dream come true.
It is, and I'm very thankful for it, and I'm just happy with what I'm spending my time on today. Like, it took me so many years to figure out how I want to spend my time, and like what work and what to do to pay the rent and all that. Like, it takes time to find your path in life, and it's on a good path now.
Yes. And actually, Iceland is a country that has few heavy metal bands compared to other countries in the world. Do you feel any kind of responsibility being part of this handful of bands that stands out from Iceland?
I'm not sure if I feel a certain responsibility, but I'm very happy to be in the position of representing Iceland abroad. And the government sometimes gives bands grants if they're gonna do a European tour. You can get like maybe 1,000 euros or 2,000 euros as a support to help the bands make the tour happen. So and I can also just feel it from the Icelandic music community that they are like people are generally very thankful when an Icelandic band starts touring.
Yes.
They know it's hard work, and it makes them be proud of being an Icelander, to have something presentable presenting Iceland.
Yes, actually, and this is not because I am talking with you right now, but I truly believe that Misþyrming is like the most relevant black metal band from Iceland nowadays. Seeing you playing in a lot of festivals with Nergal or without Nergal, but you see the name Misþyrming, do you see Iceland in so many flyers from all over the world. So I believe that it's really nice that you have this kind of opportunity to being like in the front row of the metal movement from your country. I think like it's a really cool stuff. And this is maybe a silly question, but do you think having your band's lyric in Icelandic is a kind of appeal for the international audience that listens to you?
for me personally, I really prefer to express myself in my mother tongue. Icelandic is a complicated but a very, very beautiful language.
Yes.
And unfortunately, it looks like it's going to be extinct within a century or so, because children today, every other word that they use is in English. Like they don't use their head to try to remember what's the Icelandic word. And they just go to the English word because they remember it, because they're always on the internet, they're always exposed to English, and many times people just don't know the Icelandic word for something.
Yes.
And I think it's a big shame, because it's such a beautiful language, and when you have good control over it, it's actually quite fun to try to use fancy words and speak nice. And when I'm writing lyrics, I'm having fun with that, because I never wanted to be like a lyricist or a poet. It just happened because I made all this music and I needed lyrics to be able to make an album and sing. So I've been learning how to write, and I really do prefer to sing if I'm going to speak from my heart. I think it's kind of different if I'm doing it in English. It's like not my territory, so to say.
Yes.
So I feel very honest when I sing in my language, and I just hope that maybe it will inspire some fans to get into learning Icelandic, or at least get introduced to some Icelandic words or sayings.
Yes. Actually, here in Mexico, we have a lot of native tongues from the communities on the mountains and on the shores and all around Mexico. But for the Spanish and for the English, those tongues are lost now. So it's a really shame, as you say, that the native tongues of the countries get lost to to this globalization. And the last question will be, what is coming for Misþyrming in this second half of 2026? And maybe we can expect new music in the near future?
We are not going to stop what we're doing. So that's good. Like we are having some very heavy momentum now. It's of course, having this project with Nergal, another great opportunity to get a little bit more exposure and go to do different things that we haven't done before, and hopefully gain more fans. We have a tour in October, a 2-week tour in Europe. I'm very excited about that. That's the big project for after the summer. We have the show in Mexico and another show in Canada. So like two shows that we require some long flights. And then I think we're gonna take it easy during the winter and see if we can do something new. Like there will definitely be new music, but I cannot tell when. Don't worry, we will announce it when we are ready to announce it. But there is some very interesting stuff happening in that department.
Yes, so it's
and then
gonna
I think after the winter we will just go back to touring and playing as much as we can.
Yeah, so it's gonna be a really fun and working end of the year for you. So, Mr. Dagur, thank you very much for your time and your willingness to this talk. It has been a wonderful opportunity to get to know more about your band. Hope to see you very soon here in Mexico at the Candelabrum Metal Fest. So until then, best of luck, and thank you very much.
Thank you.